first thing first, of course, the first thing you have to do before you make any meal is wash your hands. I cannot stress that enough. Wash your hands. So once I wash my hands, I'm going to get my garlic and I'm going to start cutting it up into smaller slices. So when I put it in the food processor, it's easier to mix and chop up. I don't want to put it in there with big, huge slices and they don't really get chopped up during the processing. So first, I'm gonna cut them in smaller slices first before I throw them in the food processor. So it's easier to mix in to make the veggie burger when everything is processing. So that's why I'm gonna cut it into smaller slices. Some people that would have been good enough, then they just throw it in there and mix it all together, then boom. But I want to be thorough with it and I want to chop it up even smaller. So that's what I'm doing right now. So then once I got them chopped up, I get my can of black beans. I open up the can. So this is what I use. It's different ways to make veggie burgers. Different beans, other things you can make. I use black beans for my veggie burgers. So get the black beans, drain it, pour the juice down the sink basically. I'm gonna open the can and drain it. And then I'm gonna grab me. Before I do that, I'm gonna take the beans and I'm gonna put them in the food processor. All right. So now that I've drained the beans, I'm about to put them in the food processor. One can of beans is able to make around between 4 and 6 or 4 and 7 patties. So that's why I only use one can. So now I'm gonna take my sliced mushrooms, and mix it with the garlic to put in the food processor with the black beans. The mushrooms are to help bind it together and give the veggie burger sort of that meat type texture. You know, when you bite into a hamburger, the texture, like when you bite into it, that's what the mushrooms are for. To give it that meaty like texture. So again, I'm gonna take the mushrooms and I'm gonna chop them up before I put them in the food processor. And gonna put them in the smaller amounts. But I haven't eaten meat, voluntarily. I haven't eaten meat since 2018. And I say volunteer. I still eat like fish and shrimp and stuff, but I don't eat like pork and chicken and beef. And and turkey, stuff like that. The only reason why I say voluntarily is because I eat shrimp, and I would go to Popeyes and get popcorn shrimp. And I used to get the mashed potatoes also. And then one day, this is still like 2018 though. One day, I was eating, so now I'm gonna mix everything in with the black beans before I mix it with the processor. But anyway, I was eating the mashed potatoes and I happened to look down and I picked something up. I said, hold up, this looks like meat. I'm like, oh, nah. So I went back up to Popeyes and I asked her, I was like, what do y'all put in y'all, so now I'm going to push the pulse to chop. Dang, I forgot to add my bell peppers. Usually I throw bell peppers in there, but this time I forgot to add my bell peppers. It's all right though, because I'm still going to season it later with like pepper and salt. But anyway, so So I went back up to Popeyes and I asked them, what do y'all put in y'all mashed potatoes? Oh, well, the mashed potatoes already come made with the gravy and all that. So this is what it looked like once it's all chopped up. I'm going to, because some of the stuff like moved to the sides and stuff, so I'm going to move it. So I'm going to put it back in there so I can finish chopping the stuff up. But she was like, oh, it already come made. Oh, it's some gravy. It's this. It's turkey. I said, what? Turkey? Oh, yes, we put turkey. I was like, oh, man. This whole time I've been eating this mashed potatoes, they got turkey in it. So, but I still haven't. It's still been 2018 since I last ate meat, though. So then get a bowl and spray it with some oil where it's non-sticking spray. Because you're going to take the stuff that you just blended, the beans and the garlic and the mushrooms. Once it's blended, you're going to pour it into that bowl. Because you're going to have to get ready to make it into balls to make the veggie burger patties. So then scoop it all out. Yeah, I know it looks disgusting once you like put it in the bowl. I know what some people are probably saying what it looks like to them. But all that is just the black beans mixed with the marshmallows, the mushrooms. Like, it may look bad, but it don't taste bad. Like, once you finish making everything, it's not gonna taste bad. So once you mix it you put it in the bowl. Let me try to get it all out. So once you get it in the bowl, the next thing you're going to do is you're going to take some breadcrumbs. These are just plain panko breadcrumbs that I got from Walmart. This is to harden it and make it sturdy and firm. So you go take the breadcrumbs and mix it with your black beans and garlic and what was the other thing? Garlic. Oh, the mushrooms. And then you go mix it all together. Stir it in there well to make it a tight bond. And once you get it all stirred up and everything is mixed together, if you need to pour some more, if it's still loose and you want it firmer, pour some more breadcrumbs in there. And then just mix it all up. And then once you've mixed it all up and everything is stirred, you don't want to put too much in there, then your patties will be extra dry. You want to put just enough to where it's firm and everything holds together. So once you have everything mixed up, you go take you a plate and you go scoop some of the beans and stuff out, and you go make it into a little ball. Then you're gonna roll it, and then you go. Well, I'll put some more spray on there to keep it, because you'll see why later. But roll it into a ball, then flatten it, make it into a patty, and then put it on the plate. I put it on the plate because you're gonna have to put it in the refrigerator or the freezer for like 15, 20, sometimes 30 minutes. For it to make it easier to cook, is going to have to be a little hard, because you can't just put it in there right now because it's too soft. It's not going to cook right. So the best thing to do is to put it in the refrigerator or the freezer for like 15, 20, maybe even 30 minutes. Let it get a little hard. So you're going to make it. I'm going to do 4 patties. Usually I do like 6 or 7 and just eat on them for a couple of days. But I'm going to just do 4 and make the patties a little bigger. Usually I do 8 and the patties aren't as big. But since I'm only going to do 4, that means I got to make them bigger. So that's why right now it's only a little bit more stuff in there. So that's why I'm making this last patty bigger. And then I'm going to take the other patties and add on to them, because there's only a little stuff left in there. And then once I have it done, I'm going to put it in the refrigerator or the freezer. I'm probably going to put it in the freezer for like 20, 25 minutes and then take it out and get ready to cook it. Well, not cook it, but yeah, cook it. So it's a little bit more right here, and add it to the other patty. So now I got 4 patties. Roll it up into a ball, flatten it out, and boom, there you go. Now you got your patties all ready to put in the freezer or the refrigerator. So now that I took them out the refrigerator, I let them sit for like 25 minutes, and now I'm putting them in the skillet, and I sprayed the skillet with some more oil and let it get hot. And now I'm about to season it with some salt and some pepper. Like I said, I had forgotten my bell peppers, which I usually put in there. Then I'm going to flip it and do the same for the other side. Put some salt and pepper on the other side to give it that flavor. See, the problem that most people face is like, oh, man, I can't eat no veggie burgers, man. I need my meat. I need my meat. The thing is, you really aren't tasting meat. Like, if I ask you what a chicken tastes like, if your only thing is tell me chicken, that means you don't know what it tastes like. Like, what does meat actually taste like? And that's the thing. You're not really, when you eat a hamburger, you eat any kind of like meat, like, you're not tasting the actual meat. You're tasting the stuff that they put on the meat. You're tasting the seasoning. So that's the same thing you're doing with the veggie burgers. You adding your different seasonings and stuff. Like for this, I put salt and pepper on there. You see, now it's starting to get brown as I let it cook. And then in the end, once you add your salt and your pepper, whatever other seasonings you go add, you go do the same thing with you would do with any other burger. Me, I like salad dressing. So I'm going to put salad dressing on my burgers. So that's me spreading the sandwich spread. But just like with any other burger, you just go put everything. So now, after I put my salad dressing, I put it on all the buns though. But again, you're not tasting the actual meat. You're just tasting everything that they put on the meat. So when I get done with this burger, I'm going to be tasting the pickles. I'm going to be tasting the mustard. I'm going to be tasting the salad dressing. I'm not tasting this is not real meat, but I'm not tasting the beans. I can't taste the beans. I taste the salt and the pepper that I put on there. So for all those people, I can't eat veggie burgers because I got to have meat. You're not tasting the meat. You're tasting the seasoning, the flavor that you put on the meat. So once I got that done, now I'm going to come and I'm going to put my, I'm going to take my patties off the stove and I'm going to put them on the plate, put them on my burgers. I wish I could have got that cheese to melt a little bit more, but it's cool. It's still hot though. So once I do that, I'm gonna throw my onions on there. So I'm gonna be tasting the onions. I'm using 2 different type of pickles. I'm using the sweet dill, like the sweet bread and chip pickles, and I'm gonna use some dill pickles because I like the way both of them taste. I'm gonna put my lettuce on there. Then I'm gonna put my pickles. I already have my onions on there. So once again, this is all the stuff you're tasting. This is like a regular burger. You're tasting your pickles. You're tasting your onions. You're tasting your mustard, or if you use, I don't really like ketchup on hamburgers. The only time I really eat ketchup is with like fish or shrimp or French fries. Sometimes I don't really eat ketchup on hamburgers. I don't know why I don't like ketchup. I love mustard though. So now I'm going to put my dill pickles on there now. The other one with the bread and chip pickles, they're kind of sweeter. If you don't know the difference, those are the sweeter pickles. And the dill pickles are more sour. So now that I got my pickles on there, I'm going to spread my onions out. I had to cut those onions. I forgot I didn't have any onions. So I had to take the little piece of an onion that I had left and try to chop it up into many pieces as I could. But I still feel like it was sufficient enough. So then After that, I'm gonna put my mustard. I use two different type of mustards also. I like honey mustard and I like the classic yellow mustard. So basically, you can tell from me, I like sweet and I like sour. So same with the pickles, I use as the mushrooms. I mean, why mushrooms? Mustard. Sweet pickles, sweet mustard. Sour pickles, sour mustard. I didn't put tomato, like I really don't like tomatoes like that. So I didn't put tomatoes. I sometimes put tomatoes, but this time I didn't. And boom, only thing I need left now, I gotta go get me some chips to go along with these burgers. And boom, I'm eating the lime Lay's chips. And boom, there it is. That is how you make black bean veggie burgers. Thank you for tuning in. More videos coming soon. Trey T out. Peace.